Hey, everybody. Are you ready to finally let go of the fears, doubts, and past hurts that have been holding you back? Well, join me, your host, Reverend Rob Lee, tonight on Tarot with an Attitude for a powerful journey into inner forgiveness and self healing. Plus, we're going to do some live tarot readings. So if you got some questions, get ready to ask them because I'm going to be doing that just for you. Now, discover the true meaning of letting go and unlock the peace you deserve.
Reverend Rob Lee, bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Yes, bold, smart, and straight to the point. That is how I am often described by my ex-wives. Not. Okay, so anyways, welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. I am your host, the Reverend Rob Lee. I see people coming in, joining. Let me get over here so I can see when people are saying hello. Forgot to click over there. So yes, tonight we are going to be talking about the secret to healing past hurt. All right, and what I want to know, and what I want to talk to you about, is a lot of people I find out with the stress and anxiety get confused. Stress is about things that happened in the past, worrying about past events and things that are that you have no longer any control of, or you're waiting for repercussions from something that you did. And a lot of times this keeps us from moving forward. And let me tell you from personal experience, yes, it does. So everybody, just hang on. We're going to ask Spirit here as we open this up. I haven't even pulled any cards on it. We're going to let Spirit open up and talk to us right out of the gate about the secret to healing past hurt. So, welcome everybody, and bangarang, glad to see you're here. So let's get this started. All right. We're going to go right here. I'm going to use the Lost Tarot deck to begin with. I have another deck over here that I've set aside, my Sun and Moon deck, okay? But the secret to healing past hurt, and I'm asking Spirit, our most gracious and heavenly Father, Divine Mother, that divine, feminine, nurturing energy, the earth, planet, universe, angels, guides, step forward. Let the message come through that needs to come through from you, not from me. And may everybody discern what is best for them in this message. So mote it be. Thank you very much. All right, there we go. Hey, people popping in. Miss Donna, it is good evening, Rob and Bangarang family. Good evening, Miss Donna. Glad to see you. Gillian's in the house. Nikki, wow, Nikki, you made it in early tonight. That's really cool. Glad to see you here. Other people coming in will say hi as they step into I can see the room filling up, but we're just making sure. So I'm asking Spirit right now and letting y'all know, make sure you put your questions in if you have something you want asked. But I'm dealing with the secret to healing past hurt. And it seems like everybody's carrying around a big mental load that they don't know how to deal with. All right. And in today's world, we're too worried about what other people think or what's happening. But stress and fear a lot of times share. They're strange bedfellows, but they come hand in hand. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Spirit to tell us, right out of the gate, I'm going to go to the shadow card. What's the secret to healing past hurt? And so one of the first things we get is the Knight of Swords. And you know what this Knight of Swords is about? Communication, about taking charge of your brain, about the way you talk, not just to other people, but to yourself. The Knight of Swords is here, all right, to make sure that you understand as part of the secret is being able to move forward. Notice this knight in this deck is not on a horse. He's not driving forward. He's standing still, but he has his sword ready because he is ready to take on or do away with things that he can't bring with him. It's time to fight the battle. It's time to face those things. Notice he's looking a little bit more towards the past. That's telling me that the secret here is getting control of your thoughts and the way you communicate with yourself about things that have happened in the past. So when we move forward with this, we have the Three of Swords. That does not surprise me at all. What we've got here is the Three of Swords, two swords, of how our stress and emotional anxiety about things that happened in the past, like I said, anxiety is about the future, okay? But an unsureness of what's going on in our lives is keeping us barricaded behind a wall. We obviously know there's trees, everything on the other side of this wall, but we are not letting go of our past. We were hurt, and legitimately hurt. But if we keep walking around facing that hurt and what happened, rather than going, what can happen next? It's kind of like when you're helping a kid ride a bike. Spirit is sitting here going, hey, sweetheart, you skinned your knee, it's hurt. This is one of the reasons you chose to be here. It's time to get back up and get on your horse. And these are some of the big things that we need to understand. The secret to healing past hurt. It's not easy. This is not an easy thing that we're talking about here, okay? Healing past hurt, sometimes, does it ever go away in certain circumstances? No, it doesn't. But how you deal with it, how you handle it, is exactly what is going to either set you free or block your path. So when we talk about the secrets, now we've got the Knight of Wands. Where's your fire? Where's your passion? A lot of us have let past hurts and past trauma put our fire out. We have allowed the emotions of being scared, the emotion of depression, the emotion of stress, the emotion of fear to keep us from living the life that we had originally thought we would live or planned to live. You know what? It's time to find that passion again. Notice how this is all coming back to knights. And this knight, he's not moving right yet, but he is getting prepared to. So one of the things I'm really being told with this knight, and I want you to understand, Wands is fire. So he's getting ready to charge forward. But you know what? We're standing here. We're looking at our resources, we're looking at the people. We're double checking armor. We're making sure everything is set. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with planning your trip, planning your move forward or where you want to go. But when we keep getting stuck in the planning stage, we never move forward. At some point, you've got to face your enemy. And that's what knights do. And your enemy is that emotional and sometimes the conscious, that little devil in your brain that keeps telling you nothing works, everything fails, I'm not supposed to be happy. Yes, you are. Where are you focusing your energy? What is your fire? I've said before, when I'm talking a lot of times to parents with school-age children, and I'll ask them when they're having problems, well, what do you like to do for fun? It always revolves around their children. And this is very near and dear to me because I went through this same thing and had to have somebody call me on it and go, no, what do you like to do for fun? So I'm going to put that question out there right now to everybody. Do you remember what you like to do for fun? If you do, write it down. If you don't, ask yourself, why don't I remember what I want to do for fun? Or why am I not doing it? It's that important, folks. Hey, everybody, more people coming in. Glad to see everybody here. You know what? The Queen of Cups. She's the nurturer, all right? but she's the nurturer of emotional standings. Okay. And what happens is sometimes this queen serves to let us know we're wallowing in our emotions too much. We have to move forward. We have to stand up. We have to say there are other emotions to be felt and learned and enjoyed and explored than just pain and hurt and bad memories. It's there. It's time for you to fall back in love with yourself and realize a lot of the pain and hurt that's happened in the past is really only still there because you're fanning the fire and keeping it alive. You have to break free. That doesn't mean you will ever forget it. All right? That doesn't mean anything about, never hurting again. There are going to be times you're going to sit down, you're going to reminisce, you're going to think about it. But it's that choice. When you have that choice to say, it's time for me to stand up and change where I'm going, get back on track. Free spirit. I'm from another planet, and is my family evil? I am from another planet, and is my family evil? You know what? Your family, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to take a minute, all right? I want to answer that question for you, all right? The first thing I got downloaded, your family's not evil, all right? They are not evil. But this kind of goes in the thing. If you really feel you are from another planet and you have a mission or something to accomplish, you have to, the first thing I would ask Free Spirit, are you still dependent on them or whatnot? Because there's a respect value. If you're no longer dependent on them, okay, stop worrying about what parents think. And let me tell y'all something, that's easier said than done, okay? And family, but I will remind you, you know what? Nobody can make us hurt like family can. They know where to stick that spike in and turn it and get just that right side. So how much power are you going to give them? Because I'm going to ask you a question. If you're from another planet, I don't know, are you adopted? Which family are you talking about? There's a lot of open information here. But your question was, is your family evil? All right? And one of the things I'm getting is the King of Pentacles. It's time for you to take charge of your own surroundings and not worry about other people. King of Pentacles. People are always going to judge you. All right? Where is that coming from? What's going on? Why are we so worried about it? Okay, Free Spirit? I'm hoping I'm making sense and seeing and letting you see. You still have to set your own, this is your world. This is where you're at now. What are you supposed to be doing? The King of Pentacles. We have, Eight of Cups. Indolence. In this Eight of Cups, what we're seeing is a full moon. There's some things lighting your way. You don't see things the same way your parents or this family that you're talking about sees it. It doesn't make them evil just because somebody doesn't agree or do with you. But if it doesn't serve you, if you're allowing this to drag you down into a negative despair, then it's time for you to separate yourself from it. And it's a weird world we live in because now everybody's like, family is everything. You know what? Family is important. But even scripturally, it says a man shall leave his mother and a woman leave her home. When you're an adult, you are not meant to live under that. You should still respect, and you don't have to do this with hate, but maybe it's time for you to move on and find another path. That's one of the things I'm getting. The King of Cups. You're not happy because we're so worried about what other people say, other people do. All right, but it's time to write this card. We're blocking it because of emotional standpoint. All right. If you're from another planet, I would ask you search yourself, and I'm not making fun. All right. But if you're from another planet, then why are you here? What are you trying to learn? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to do? And most importantly, you cannot allow emotional emotions of other people to dictate where you go and what you do. Finally, we've got the Prince of Wands. What's happening is this about going so drastically that your family is evil, okay, is keeping you from moving forward on where you need to go. Because at some point, you've got to follow your path. We become of age, we move on, and we're able to establish and start working on the goals and dreams that you need to work on. This focus on this family and evil, good, or whatnot is stymieing that forward movement of that fire and that desire. So that's what I'm getting right now. And if we come through something else that you want to talk about with this, or some other part of it comes up, let me know, okay? Because I would like to follow up with you on this, all right? Let's see what's going on. I remember a guy looked into my eyes and said, I look like I'm from another planet. Okay, you know what? Again, context. Only you know the context, okay? So how do I find my path? Well, if you feel you're from another planet, I'm asking you, and if you would, pop it in here. Do you feel you are from another planet? Or are you just feeling disassociated with the world around you? Because that can make us feel like we're alien to our own world, to our own universe, our own happiness. So with that, free spirit, I would like to know where this goes. Where are you from another planet? Are you just wondering? Or if you are from another planet and you're separate from your other family, then you were given a directive of why you were here. You just can't recall it. So we'll take a look at that in just a minute. All right. So let's catch up with that. How do I find my path? We're going to hold on that one and I'm going to answer it, but we're going to come right here because some of this is actually blending in with finding healing to past hurt and finding that inner peace. You know what? Like I said, this kind of just took a turn here. And I want you to understand, free spirit, all right? And everybody out there, it's time to move forward. It's time to walk on. You cannot let the alligator crocodile here represents fear. And notice our fool, who is pure of heart, knows he doesn't know. And free spirit, understand, the fool in the tarot card doesn't know where he's going. But he's not going to let fear stand in his way. And he's not carrying a bunch of baggage. So everybody else in the room or whatnot, like I said, this message is coming across for a reason. You have to let some of this baggage go so you can move forward and step off the mountain. So free spirit, how do you find your path? One of the things I would say, and we're going to slip back over here into this other deck, all right, which is a sun and moon deck. So how do I find my path? Let's see what's going on here. How do I find my path? All right. Here we are. So I'm going to put this here. How do you find your path? We have the Judgment here. Notice what we have here, Aeon the Judgment. And what we're talking about here, free spirit, is letting go of your earthly essence, all right? Letting go of all the brainwashing, letting go of being tied to what everybody else thinks and what everybody else feels, and connect. Allow yourself to connect to that higher consciousness, to that source. If you are of alien ancestry, then you need to relearn how to sit still, meditate, and at least concentrate on what your higher source is so you can receive that message and not worry about everybody there with it. We have the Two of Cups. There's a relationship here that you've lost. And what I feel like is this Two of Cups is talking about the duality of who you are. You have to fall back in love with yourself again, regardless of what anybody else thinks. Now, let me know what's going on. Let me know what's happening. We have the Ace of Pentacles for you. The Ace of Pentacles is talking around, looking around you in this world, looking around and seeing what's happening and realize you have resources. Have you reached out? Have you stepped outside? Have you talked to your spirits, your guides, the angels, or trying to make the connection and realize, okay, I've got other resources. I don't have to have all of these people in my life, or I can keep them at arm's bay. The Nine of Wands, you're feeling beat up. This is the time for strength. This is the time where you have to lean in, okay? Find that passion. Find that fire. And notice here, what I'm really calling on you to do for this whole alien experience thing is to look to the stars. If that's what you feel, that's where you're at. Only you can find that direction. And you may need to take a break, but get outside in the dark, in the night sky, look up, and not just look up, but start communicating, saying prayers, saying audible things out loud. I have a very dear friend, I need to have her back on. Her name is Rebecca Gregory, that does sound stuff a lot. And all of a sudden, she will just start, if somebody doesn't know her, she will think she has Tourette's, and she does not. But all of a sudden, she will be in doing a reading or helping somebody reconnect, and she will start picking up sounds, and she will start making sounds. Go outside, look at the night sky, say what's on your heart, say what's on your mind, focus it. Pick a star and focus on it, all right? And then if the urge comes for some type of sound, make it. That could be the vibrational frequency that opens this communication back up. Let me know how that works and let me know what's going on, okay? So, because that's important, free spirit. It's very important. So, I had some more people come in. Shell, good to see you. I love listening to you. Glad you are here. Wow, bangarang. I'm obsessed with the stars. So walk away from these people, go outside, and it doesn't matter what they think. Connect with the stars. Donna, I've been working on learning to love myself again and not worry about others people's thoughts and opinions of me. What a journey it is. I am worthy. I am trying to heal past trauma. So see, this comes in perfect. And Donna, most of us are. All right. What happened to where we started? Let's go back. Kind of a brainwashing where I have to worry about everybody else. And we're going to talk about this for a second. It's my duty to worry about every other thing and how everybody perceives me and how we look. And some of us with our age, that started with you never get a chance to make another first impression. All right? But I want you to think, and there's truth to that. But what impression are you trying to make? And I challenge you to start looking at, who are you trying to make it to? Is this a boss? Then it matters. But only to a certain degree. Never give up yourself. Never give up that joy. Never give up that feeling of who you are. Let's get back in here. And that's where the Fool comes in to teach us. We have to start at zero. Sometimes we've got to start over and go, you know what? F it. I talk about fear. And a lot of people will say, and it's very philosophical, and there's some truth to this, false evidence appearing real. Well, that's true. If you think about past pain, past history, different people, my wife will tell you, I have been mad at bullies this week. They have angered me. I have had to step out. I've had to step away, do whatever, because it's like everybody just needs to lighten up. Look at yourself. Deal with yourself before you deal with other people. And we need to worry about ourselves and go, you know what? I appreciate your opinion, but they're like butts, buttholes, all right? Everybody's got one. And if we keep waiting to try to get everything right in our head according to the people around us, you'll never get anywhere. All right? It's just one of those things that we do. You know, oh, wrong deck. Here we go. Let me get back over here to this. People are not going to want to hear this. But look, we got swords here again. Isn't it funny how Spirit is telling us a lot of having to do with this is in our head and not subconsciously? It's our conscience giving things power that we don't need to. So false evidence appearing real. But then, and Free Spirit, I would tell you this. Donna, I'll tell you this. There's another acronym I like. Fuck everything and run. All right? Because there are sometimes it's real. And sometimes those people we need to run from may be the closest ones to us. All right? Just giving you something to think about. All right? You know each situation is different, everybody. Donna, one of the things I'm seeing here is Two of Swords. And here's where people are not going to like it. And it's funny how all that led up, this download, it's like a massive download I'm getting, is coming in and goes with this card. Two of Swords, communication, our analytical thought. All right? How do we heal? First off, you have to make the decision that you want to heal. We will sit there and debate about it over and over and over, but nothing happens. We don't move. And I'm going to murder this statement, but my wife, she has a statement, and I get her to put it in there. I know she's listening. She's out there. She's saying hi to everybody. All right? About refusing to make a decision is a decision to do nothing, which means you're going to stay right there. So Gillian, if you could, the way you say that, if you could type that in for everybody, I would appreciate it. The Two of Swords is here to tell us we have paths. We have decisions to make. Look, her feet's in the water. Well, Rob, Swords is about up here. Correct. All right? And this is where we start allowing our emotions to affect our conscious thought. And we blindfold ourselves. And therefore, we start going, oh, I'm afraid to make a decision. Or, bottom line is, I'm scared to make a decision. You know what? Sometimes making a decision to move on, especially from past things where you feel like, A, you loved somebody, they didn't return it. B, you didn't return the love, you didn't love them as much. C, just plain hurt. And what I challenge people is, remember, sometimes being depressed feels good. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? It does. It gives us an excuse to lie on the couch and watch Maury Povich. You are not the father. Stupid shit that has nothing to do with us. It keeps us bound inside and not being out in the sun. It keeps us from moving forward and living the life that we are supposed to live. Indecision is huge. It takes fortitude, strength. 8, we learn from our mistakes. Whether you're mad, whether you're crying, whether you're happy or whatnot, it takes fortitude, and 8 is about movement and learning. It takes fortitude to move forward. Here we go. Not making a decision is making a decision unto itself. There you go. Y'all get it. All right? Not making a decision, a decision to do nothing. All right? Now, I just had this conversation with somebody earlier today. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It takes fortitude. It takes guts. Remember, we have this beast within us. We don't always have to silence it. Maybe it's time to, I never forget, police work story here, so hang on, all right? Guy broke into a bar after it had closed, was drunk, went to get him out. He had on a moose helmet. Now we're in Florida. It was some type of beer, I can't remember, or whatnot. And he's sitting in a pile of glass, all right? One of the funniest guys I ever met, okay? And he's holding a beer the size of my head, all right? And he's going, the moose is loose, all right? You had to see it. Big old boy, all right? Sometimes we got to let the moose loose, all right? And say, you know what? It's time to shake some shit up here. It's time to move forward. I don't want to keep living life this way. I want to move on. I want to charge. Let's find out what's going on. Indecision may or may not be my problem. Jimmy Buffett, my wife's parrot head, okay? So she will give you all the Jimmy Buffett quotes you want. But that's where a lot of people are. We're so waiting for somebody to validate or do something or make sure because we don't want to take any. And looky here, just what I'm talking about. The 8 of Swords. This is my stress card. All right? The 8 of Swords is talking about, if you look, her hands are, she's easily loosed, but she's blindfolded again because she doesn't want to move. Because we're too worried about what happened in the past. We're too worried about what's going on. Anxiety. If I go forward, I got anxiety. If I go backwards, I don't know what to do. Free yourself. Take your blindfold off. And honestly start asking yourself a question. Is what I'm worried about within my control? Does it matter, or am I playing the wounded puppy? Sometimes we've got to be harsh with ourselves. And that's very important to do, is to understand you have to pull the blindfold off. You have to notice it's pretty much the same girl. Okay? But she's afraid to make a move because she can't see where she's going, because she's letting bad thoughts and everything come through, and she's forgetting, all I got to do is free myself. So, here we go. 8 of Wands. Man, we're getting a lot of wands with this one, and swords. That's crazy. 8 of Wands. What did I tell y'all 8 was about? Moving forward. And I just got this is the fire. This is the passion, It's time to move forward. Well, Rob, he's throwing this into the past. Yeah, time to kill that sumbitch that's keeping you held back. Kill that thought. What is keeping you from moving forward? Throw a wand at it. Throw a spear. Finally, let that thing bleed out. If you need a cathartic moment, go outside, scream, yell, do whatever you have to do. But it's time to move forward and live the life you want. Free spirit, can you trust God? Do you believe there are more than one God? I don't get into a lot of my beliefs because, again, they kind of go all over the chart. I would challenge you, do you trust your God? If you believe in God, I do, okay? I do. I believe God is the universe. God is this energy. I don't believe there's an old man in a chair with a long white beard. Okay? I don't believe that. We're all part of it. God flows from the heavens. He's here. He's with us. He touches you. All right? But do you trust God? If you don't trust your God, your version of your God, whatever that is, why do you have him? Whoa. Now, here's what you have to remember. And here is something I say different than what a lot of people do. The universe wants you to succeed. No, it doesn't. I didn't say the universe wanted you to fail. The universe says, I have given you intuition, brains, insight, feelings, communication. Think of all the different chakras, okay? I have given you physical tools for you to make your life the way you want it to be. I have given you angels to protect you. But if you don't talk to those angels and give them direction, that's not on me. That's on you. Your guides are there to point you and move you in the right direction. But do you have a relationship with them? So this is where I tell people, when you say, can I trust God? What's your relationship with him or her? Because the divine feminine is part of God. And everybody, I know a lot of my right-wing conservatives are like, well, y'all need to go reread Genesis chapter 1 if you're hanging on to the Bible, okay? I'm not saying the Bible's wrong, okay? But right in the first chapter, it talks about man and woman were made in our image. King James Version, for all of you who are really right-wing, okay? Go look it up. The divine feminine is here. God has everything. All right. Is our plan, is our life laid out for us? No, it's not. You chose to be here, particularly if you're of an alien species. All right. You chose to be here. Now it's up for you to make the way and go find your path. So don't kill them. Don't kill the messenger. I love you. Okay. And I don't want to hurt you. But sometimes we've got to hear the truth. Tarot with an attitude. Okay? Sometimes we don't need airy fairy. We need somebody to say, what the hell? I've talked to people a lot who get up every day, go to work, they do their little workouts, do everything, and then they want to be connected to spirit. Did you say good morning? Do you ever talk to them? Why would you expect to have a strong relationship? You have to build your spiritual relationship with your God, your spirits, your guides. And then, yes, you should be able to put your trust into it. All right? Hope that helps. Does that make sense, Free Spirit? You know I love you, okay? I'm glad you're here. Sean G, hello. Good to see you. Welcome. Glad you are here. Let's see what's going on. All right. So, that makes sense. Good. I'm glad it does. And that's some of what we need. So, Sean, one of the things we're doing right now, I'm live. If you want me to ask a question, do a reading, go right ahead. But I always try to pick a topic at the beginning of the show to find out, to give us something to talk about when things are going on. And one of the things we're talking about right now is the secret to healing past hurt, all right, or whatnot. So you can move forward. A lot of people aren't moving forward because they're too worried about things of the past or they're too worried about other people. So that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to continue on. But y'all remember, if you've got a question, drop it in. Free Spirit, I appreciate your question because you're not the only person that feels this way. All right? You're not the only person that feels this way. I personally believe we're spiritual beings here, okay, to have a human existence. We chose to be here, all right? We chose to separate from that part of the spirit to come live a physical life, all right? So therefore we have to go, why did I want to come here? That's part of finding your path. And earth, spirit, the great mother, they will give you gifts and directions all the time. But you got to listen. You got to listen. Okay, and you need to be here. Well, good. Welcome. We are the Barefoot Bangarang Tribe. We talk about kick your shoes off, get barefoot, no matter where you are, okay? You will hear me yell Bangarang. Let me talk about this, some of my newbies that are in here, okay? Bangarang. What you put out, you get back. I am a firm believer in taking control of our life. Do things happen to us outside of our control? Absolutely. What makes us different and what makes us where we're going to set things aside is how we choose to deal with them. All right? Some of y'all know, a lot of y'all know, a lot others don't. I do have my master's in social work. I was a counselor, done a lot of addiction works, things like that. But when we yell bangarang, we're talking about what we put out, we get back. And it's from the movie Hook, all right? And Peter Pan grew up and forgot how to fly. So one of the things we do is we want you to reclaim your magic. We want everybody to reclaim their magic so they can find their wings and freaking fly. That's the whole purpose of Tarot with an Attitude. So welcome. You got any questions? I'd love to hear them. That's great news. But thank you. Thank you for being here. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, but do me a favor, everybody, when it's done or at some point, share this video with at least one person. I leave them up so they can come back and look at it later. Share, share, share. It's very important. I appreciate it and whatnot, especially if I found something or you found something helpful in this. So let's get back to talking about the secrets to healing past hurt. So we have to make a decision that we want to heal is one of the big things. We have to have the power to get up and say, I'm going to change things. Yes, I need help. I need spirit. I need prayer. Y'all go check out, I just posted a video, I think it was last night or the night before last. Look at that about prayer and manifestation. All right? Because prayer is relying on a higher power. Manifestation is taking some type of action yourself. And my point is combine the two. If you're hurt and you don't know where to go, you know what? Stand up. God, Mother, Spirit, I need direction. Let my guide speak very loudly to me. I'm going to be clear. I'm going to take some time so I can listen. Have them speak to me, but start to do something. Because if you just stand there, now you're just praying and wishing somebody else do all the work for you. Sucks, but that's the truth. All right? Eight of Swords. Take your blindfold off again. You're so worried about the traps. Well, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. And all we got to do is take our blindself off, untie us, and go, oh, I can find the way. I look at all of these swords. Oh, let me bring this back up this way. I look at all of these swords as like landmines. All right? Well, I can't move. Well, you know what? If you pulled this blindfold off and freed yourself from whatever's holding you back, all right, and you say, you know what? It's time to move forward. You can start to see and either walk around them or move them. Pain, I hate it when people say don't live in the past. That's our life. That's where everything else is. Y'all know, even just me talking through here, there is a delay from when I say it to when you hear it. But even when it comes out of your speakers, out of your headsets, and when you process it, it's all past. Our life, our memories, everything is the past. So to say that shouldn't affect us is a bad statement. How we control it or how we let it go is how those things happen. You know, that's going to be important. And then we got to remember, free ourselves from the past so we can move forward. The Eight of Wands. Find that fire again. See that fire in the future. All right. And then honestly, some of us, we really got to stop moping. We're not the only people. You're not the only person that's had somebody die. You're not the only person that had their mother die, their father die. I hate this. You're not the only person that had their children die. It sucks. I did all of my wife will tell you, I would come home bawling like a baby because I did my internships in a trauma center and with a hospice center for children. Okay? Not children that are dying, children that have lost a parent. All right? But then while we're there, one of the children gets hit by a car. These things hurt. I will never forget that. But do I lay down and let that wave of emotion keep me down? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's what we're talking about here. You know, Five of Swords. See, here we are, swords and wands, swords and wands. Whenever we're talking about this, the passion, the desire, you've got to refine it. 5 of swords. Sometimes there is a time we have to cut people loose. A lot of times I say, don't win the battle and lose the war. Sometimes we got to do what's best for us, mentally, physically, emotionally, and we got to cut some ties. Ooh, Rob, that's pretty heavy. Damn straight it is. 5 is a conflict card. 5 is creation. But by doing the conflict, you can, and then you cut yourself free. It allows you either stay in the conflict or it allows you to move forward to something new. All right. Free spirit. How do angels make contact? They are there to be heard. You have to still your mind, all right? They will show you in numbers. They will give you signs. They will give you visions. They will appear in your dreams. These things do happen, okay? And you need to understand that. But that's why I'm saying you got to be in a position to listen, to hear. At Free Spirit, the angels speak to me through numbers and my intuition. Thank you, Donna. That's very, very true. And that's what's going on, okay? That you've got to put yourself in a position. If you're sitting down and you're more worried about what's going on out here with so-and-so, you have to start practicing to still your mind, and it's not easy, all right? I need to put a class up. Number 1, a mindfulness class, but number 2, a meditation class, because everybody will tell people how to meditate, but nobody teaches them how to do it. And there are some things that make it easier. So I need to do that. I got a lot of classes I need to put together. Holy crow. I need to put some of this together. Okay, let's find out. And Donna, I also call my angels in when I need guidance. Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk to them. Remember, Free Spirit, one of the things I said is you have to build a relationship. You have to build that relationship. All right? You have to actually give these angels permission to step in on your behalf. Another thing I would say is angels are there for your protection. They also help your spirit guides, and they protect your spirit guides, and your spirit guides are there to help guide you. All of this, just like Donna is saying, you don't have to be dot the I's, cross the T's. All right, it's your intentions. It's where you put them and what you want and allow them, okay, to see some things. I was seeing 11, 11, 11, 111, 444. You can take these numbers, add them up, and come up with certain messages. Or what I would challenge you to do, and I want most people to understand this when they see this, okay? The 11111s, 1111, 2 divine numbers back to back, 111, 444. A lot of times, people call these angel numbers. And Free Spirit, these angel numbers don't necessarily have a message within themselves. When they see them, or when you see them, you snap out of worried about everything. You snap out of your stress. You snap out of your anxiety and go, oh, and for that moment, you're here. A lot of times, my personal belief is that is your angels trying to tell you, listen to me. Stop worrying about everything else and listen and be able to hear. That I promise you, that is a strong thing with me. Anybody that knows me will tell you that. We have the 2 of coins. We're getting back here, the 2 of coins, all right? We don't get many coins in this about healing past hurt, things like that. But here we sit with the 2. Oh, a relationship again. Whoa. Taking something and making it real. The 2 of coins is here to remind you. You've got a lot on your plate. There are a lot of things that's going. And what will happen is it's there to remind you, you have to pay attention. Look, we have ships in the water. We have laundry. We've got what I always see as a jellyfish, okay? And things are being moved. Look at what's in her hands. We have coins, different things. Everything's going on. So we've got emotions, physical world, the ships coming in. We have the air behind us, the strong walls, things like this. You have to start managing your resources and knowing what they are in order to be able to put that healing behind you. Check your resources, find out, take an actual poll of what they are, because then once you know them, we have the death card. Rob, what the hell? Everybody, remember, sometimes we got to let stuff go so something new can come in. Anybody ever garden? Anybody ever farm? You know, and sometimes you got these beautiful roses or whatnot. But you can't just let them go wild. Sometimes you got to cut them back to almost nothing. So new buds and new life and new fragrance can bloom. Wow, bangarang. Think about that. All right? We harvest, we till the soil, we roll some of that back in. Sometimes we have to plant a different crop, but we have to take care of the old crop. And this is it. Folks, I need you to understand we have a body back here, okay, that's wrapped in green, all right? And I want you to understand that, yes, there are times we need to embrace the death of something old so we can find something new. You know, last year I asked God to give me a sign, and clock 1111 was on my cell phone. You know, my grandma passed at 111. Since then, I always see 1111 or 333. One of the things I will remind people, okay, when spirits pass, when people pass or whatnot, they need to return to source. So they don't need to hang around. Now, that does not mean they don't come back. They can choose to come back and be a spirit guide, all right? But some of those things are there to remind you, Grandma's not gone. They're there to spur great feelings and not concentrate on her death. So, Sean, that is beautiful that happens. Make sure, though, that when that happens, you honor it with a smile, with an I love you, with I'm so glad you are where you're at. I miss you. All right, come see me. But, Grandma, you're helping me live the best life I can live. How strong is that when we're trying to get over healing? Think about it. Finally, we got the Eight of Cups. I think Spirit's getting tired, okay? And when I say that, sometimes we go on a little too much, and Spirit said, I've already given you the message. What I want you to see here, nope, they're not tired. They're letting me know, keep going. The Eight of Cups. If something no longer emotionally serves your need or your higher good, it's time to walk away and set your sight on a new goal, a new place to be. It's okay to leave some things behind. That's important. You know, she's always protecting me. Absolutely. So if she's back, I want you to think more of her as a guide. Angels protect. She's there to guide. So she's working in concert with the angels, all right? If something's going on, to alert you or whatnot, to help you with your past, okay? So that's what I want you to understand. This is a good thing, but she has gone back, touched with the divine energy, divine spirit, divine mother, divine father, to regain that so she can come here and be here without threat from darkness or whatnot. So that's good. You know, how do I get rid of evil entity attachment? Well, you know, that goes into a lot of detail. There's no one thing answer. First thing I would do is, if you want to go back and start looking, Laura and I look at the teacher to exorcist program, Crossing Realms, things like that. We talk about that a lot because there are certain things to do for different things. So this is not a question I can just blindly answer. Okay. I would really need a lot more information to be correct about it, but it can be done and needs to be done. All right. There's a cord cutting ceremony. There are all kinds of things. There are ways to put salt around you. There are ways to envision a circle of light. So many different things. And if it's that heavy, first thing I would tell you to do is go find a minister, a male, female, I don't care. Okay. But make sure they are a true minister, an ordained preacher that you trust. All right. And get them to help you. But you can look at that, and folks, everybody needs to know, Laura and I will be back. We're going to start doing everything live. So Friday night, 9 o'clock, Laura, me, and the Exorcist are back at it again. Okay? So I want y'all to be there and to enjoy it. We're going to have fun. So that would be another show for you to check out. You know, before my mom passed, I asked her to give me a sign, a woodpecker, to let me know she's okay. And 2 days after she passed, I saw a woodpecker. One of the things here, and I would challenge everybody, all right? Donna, you did it right. You were specific with her before she passed, all right? Everything that goes on around you, life goes on for other people, all right? Man, I dated this one girl. Everything was a freaking sign of something. And you know what? The sun came up today. Okay, that's a sign. It's not raining today. Okay, that's a sign. You know what? Stop it. What Donna did was she was very specific and named it. And some of this is what Laura and I talk about. Be very specific in what you quest for or what you ask God, Spirit, Mother, angels for, so that you know when it's real. And Donna, that makes all the difference. You're very smart in doing that. All right. 7 of Cups. You got to remember, everything we do in life is about choices. Everything. I don't care what you talk about. Oh, you know, I used to have a hard time with addicts when they were like, well, it took control of me. Oh, I understand you had a dopamine rush, things like that. But I've got a cup of coffee y'all have seen me drinking from. I'm going to do this. Okay? I want to show you this. When we talk about choices, all right? If I put this on a table right here, or if I hold it right here, the only way this coffee is getting into my mouth is if I make a choice to put it there. And what happens with addiction is a lot is I've got to get people to focus on it is still your choice. Now, it is a hard as hell choice because we've become dependent upon it. And anybody that's trying to free themselves from any type of dependency knows this is going to suck. And in many cases, actually painful. But it's still a choice. To put that in your arm, to put this in your mouth, it takes a conscious action and thought to say, I'm going to do this. You know, let's find out. You know, oh, I'll be here. Good. Glad to see you. Glad you come on in. I'll be here again Wednesday night, Sean. So come in. Have some questions ready. I'd love to. Let's see what's going on. I love the last show with Laura. So we're doing it again. Here we go. We've decided, you know, I put a pre-recorded out, you know, the other day where I just did readings kind of like this or whatnot. But I'm in my element more when I'm talking to people. Guess what, Donna, too? I just spoke with Hillis Pugh today. We're going to be doing a live with him next week. And I'm really thinking about starting a series with him, too, for something completely different and getting back to just staying with my live programs because they're so fulfilling. They're so good, you know? I have a gambling addiction. I'm going to try to stop. Understand, my granddaddy had it. And let me tell you something. My wife will tell you, I have to be careful. Because Man, I love it. I love it. I can tell you almost all the ins and outs of craps, blackjack, everything else, but it can get you. It can get you. But you know what? Why does it get us? We lose money. There are times we make money and we get this huge dopamine rush because a lot of times it builds hope. Oh, I'm going to walk away from here with enough money to buy a car. I'm going to walk away with enough money to pay my FPL bill or my electric bill, whatever, to go to get in the car. And when you take that right or left turn, it's choice. That's what these cards are talking about. That in these things that we're bottling with, we have choices that we have to make and we make to be able to heal. Remember, we're talking about the secret to healing past hurt. What a way. Thank you. What a way to end this spread. The lovers. Folks, I'm not talking about the guy or gal sitting next to you or the one that's snoring on the lazy boy while you're watching this show. This lovers is there to remind you to love yourself and commitment. What are you committing to? And commitment, true commitment, is that follow through to realize, oh crap, I got a choice here. Everything in life with healing is about commitment. What are you committed to? Are you committed to something new? Are you committed to something whole? Are you committing to finding that fire in your life and moving on? I hope so. If not, maybe it's time to make some choices. Maybe it's time to make some decisions to let some things change. Folks, that's a pretty strong message right there tonight. And I appreciate the new people coming in. I'm glad y'all are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please subscribe, like, share, do the whole thing. Trying to grow this thing up. Be on the lookout. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And right now, I think not this Thursday, but the following Thursday is going to be Hillis. But I'm going to talk to him about maybe him and I just doing a live show too. So I think everybody enjoys it, and most of y'all know Hillis or whatnot. Some of our tribe members couldn't be here tonight. They got a lot of stuff going on because normally there's a lot more people talking in here, but life goes on. Life happens and things like that. So I'm sure we'll see a lot more people in here on Wednesday. All right? So everybody, remember, this is important, okay? There's nothing more important than this when it comes to what we're doing here. Take what you want. Leave what you don't. I just want you to leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Bangarang.